Yo, what is going on YouTube? What's going on everybody, man? Welcome back to the channel. How are you guys doing out there today, man? Welcome back. So we're going to be checking out some Joe Cocker with a little help from my friends, man. Haven't ever heard of Joe from what I know, and I don't know if I've ever heard this song or not. I'll let you guys know, but I don't recognize the title. So let's go ahead and jump into this one. Joe Cocker with a little help from my friends, man. Let's see what's going on. Here we go. Ooh, little organ I hear.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I will try not to sing out of key. Yeah. Oh baby, how you like? All I need is my brother.
Not what I was expecting watching the album cover here.
What do I do when my love is away?
Does it worry you to be alone?
The soul, baby.
How do I feel at the end of the day?
Are you sad 'cause you're on your own?
I tell you, don't you say it no more. Gonna get down and I'm afraid. I'm gonna try. Keep on getting high.
Let's go.
Someone to love.
Do you need some money? I need someone to love.
All I need is someone. Not just where I'm going, yeah. Somebody knows just what I'm showing. Baby.
Bro.
Said I'm gonna make it without bread. Oh, I'm gonna keep on trying. I'm gonna keep on trying.
Would you believe in our love
Dude.
at first sight?
I'm certain it happens
This
all the
arrangement.
time. Yeah.
What do you see when you turn out the light?
I can't tell you, but it sure feels like madness. Don't you know I'm gonna make it with my friends? I promised myself I'd get back. Said I'm gonna try it with them too.
All right, Joe. Look at that organ and bass and drums slapping in the background on the way out, dude. Let's go. They hit us with the soul and the gospel right there is what I felt, man. I don't know what you guys felt. That's what I was feeling right there with Joe. I gotta tell you, I thought we were gonna get into like some psychedelic land just because sometimes first impressions, right? I see this album cover when I pull up this song and I'm thinking he's got the woo. I'm like, oh, we're gonna hit some psychedelia, some craziness. And then we come in with this, man. That's totally sidetracked. Dope, man. Really good stuff right here with Joe. Get by with a little help from my friends, man. And all he needs is some sweet love, man. He's looking for love. He's looking for joy. He's looking for peace. He ain't looking for the glitz, glamour, glory. He just wants a little bit of love. And, you know, he's in some down times. It sounds like he was talking about when he's alone and stuff. But his friends help him get by. I don't know what friends, if we're talking about real relationships, but I want to take a little walk with the song. And maybe we can find out a little bit about more of what was going on when this was written up. All right, so pulling up with a little help from my friends, the first thing that comes up is the Beatles, guys. So the Beatles, all right, so unfortunately, I'm still getting some blocks. I just did a Beatles song that you guys have not seen yet because it is blocked. It will be on my Patreon shortly and hopefully on YouTube in the future. But right here, we've got the Beatles released this song in 1967, it says, and it was 2 minutes and 46 seconds long. So it says, with a little help from my friends, is a song by the English rock band The Beatles from their 1967 album Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. It was written by John Lennon and Paul McCartney and sung by drummer Ringo Starr. Okay, so this would be a song where it would be my first time hearing Ringo Starr if I listened to this one, and as Sgt. Pepper's singer Billy Shears. So I'm not sure. I guess maybe they were doing some other aliases or personas when they were the Sgt. Pepper band. I don't know much about that yet. His lead vocal for the album. As the second track on the album, it segues from the applause of the title track. A subsequent recording of the track was by Joe Cocker, became a success in 1968. So that's 1 year later. So really, it's right on the curtails of this. Topping the UK singles chart and an anthem for the Woodstock era. In 1978, the Beatles recording paired with Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band was reissued as a single and peaked at number 63 in Britain and number 71 in the United States. Starr has regularly performed the song in a concert as a solo artist. The song was ranked number 311 on the Rolling Stones list of 500 greatest songs of all time. So a little bit about the background and the composition. It says Lennon and McCartney finished writing the song in mid-March 1967, written specifically as Starr's track for the album. McCartney said it was pretty much co-written, John and I doing a work song for Ringo, a little craft job. In 1970, Lennon stated, Paul had the line about a little help from my friends. He had some kind of structure for it, and we wrote it pretty well 50-50 from his original idea. But in 1980, Lennon said, this is Paul with a little help from me. What do you see when you turn out the light? I can't tell you, but I know it's mine, is mine. It was briefly called Bad Finger Boogie, later the inspiration for the band name Bad Finger, supposedly because Lennon composed the melody on a piano using his middle finger and after having hurt his forefinger. So he wrote it with his middle finger and was going to call it the Bad Finger Boogie, man. I think they went better with this name. Sometimes that happens, so they make the right creative call, I think. Lennon and McCartney deliberately wrote a tune with a limited range, except for the last note, which McCartney worked closely with Starr to achieve. In the Beatles anthology, Starr explained that he insisted on changing the first line, which originally was, what would you think if I sang out a tune? Would you throw ripe tomatoes at me? So that fans would not throw tomatoes at him should he perform it live in the early days after George Harrison made a passing comment that he liked jelly babies. The group was showered with them all over the live performances. Good call. These guys, man, they're thinking he didn't want the tomatoes thrown at him. And he's probably right, man. He's probably right. So here we go. After it was released in the United States, Maryland Governor and future Vice President Spiro T. Agnew lobbied to have the song banned because he believed it was about drug use. That's one thing I wasn't sure about, right? We're talking about this time in history. I was thinking it's just so common that I hear people, I just react to a song and I'll think it's about love, this or that. And people are like, it's about drugs. So it just feels like your mind naturally thinks songs are about drugs all the time. And so this made me think, is this song about drugs? Are we talking about legitimate friendship and good people in your life that help you get by? Me, not fiddling with drugs all the time. I like the second idea. I like the idea of friends and family or people you care about, loved one, wife, helping you get by, man. You get by with your friends, right? A little help from your friends, man, because we all go through those funks. And sometimes things help us get by. For me, it's commonly, of course, I've told you guys the thoughts of my kids, right? So get by with a little help of my friends, knowing, hey, I got to make it over this hump, man. I've got 2 kids that depend on me, 2 kids that I need to help shape to prepare for life, right? Those are my little friends that help me get by, I guess. I get by with a little help from my kids, right? And the wife, big help from the wife, of course. So let's scroll down. We've got Joe Cocker right here, man. This is his version, which goes a lot longer, right? 5 minutes, 12 seconds compared to the 2 minutes, 46 seconds. Their genre, the Beatles, was considered pop rock, where Joe Cocker's is considered blue-eyed soul and hard rock, man. It says there has been at least 50 cover versions of this song, and it achieved the #1 position on the British singles charts 3 times by Joe Cocker, by Wet Wet Wet, and by Sam and Mark. Dude, recently in 2004, it climbed up again, guys. Right here, it says English singer Joe Cocker's version of With a Little Help from My Friends was a radical rearrangement of the original, inspired by Cocker's influences of Aretha Franklin and Ray Charles. Recorded by Denny Cordell and Tony Visconti, it used a slower tempo than the original and deployed different chords in the middle 8 while adding a lengthy instrumental introduction. I would love, well, I guess I will say I will get into the Beatles version. Unfortunately, you guys probably won't see that for a long time if you're just on my YouTube, but it'll be on the Patreon when I do that. But yeah, you guys probably won't see that for a long time, but I will get around to that. I want to do that. I'm going to be getting into more Beatles songs, I've already said, and they will always be on the Patreon before they get to YouTube because they'll be blocked here. But let's go ahead and see this personnel. You've got Joe Cocker on lead vocals. They have Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page on guitar, guys. Let's go. Love you, Jimmy. You got Chris Stainton on bass, Tommy Iyer on organ, BJ Wilson on drums, Madeline Bell on backing vocals, Rosetta Hightower, Patrice Holloway, I want to say, and Sonny Wheatman. So, sorry if any of those other names are huge and I should know them. I don't know them yet, but I definitely know Jimmy Page. God, legend, man, machine. Love Jimmy Page, man. So he's right here with Joe Cocker. And before we dip, you know we got to look into the artist themselves when I react to them for the first time here on the channel. So we've got Joe Cocker right here, man. Birth name is John Robert Cocker. He passed away at the age of 70, 2014. So 9 years ago right here, man. Rest in peace, Mr. Joe Cocker. His genres that he typically joined in was rock, blues, blue-eyed soul, pop. He's a singer, and his instrumentation is vocals, harmonica, and piano. Okay, do we have where he was born? Yorkshire, England right there, guys. West Riding of Yorkshire, England. So rest in peace. Amazing jam right here, man. Let me know if there's more from Joe Cocker you guys want to see me react to. Hopefully you enjoyed the reaction. Quite a bit we just dug up here. We got introduced to Joe Cocker, his relation with the Beatles on this track, and of course Jimmy Page showing up right here, man. Sick. So sick. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the descriptions down below for other ways you can help the channel, including becoming a member on my YouTube, my Patreon, and donation requests if you so choose, guys. Thanks so much, and I'll see you on the next one, man. Peace.